Hello, I'm the normal playing guy, and right, so this is the next video. Firstly, we covered the new units, which all seem really great. I'm particularly interested in this Fat Boo, who is essentially immortal, right? But now we're going to jump onto the banner units. So this is going to be pretty good. Check out the other video for all the information involving the producer's letter. But sure. So next one, we have a Gotenks, which could be pretty good. So we'll just check out what he does. Hybrid Saiyans, 3 key, 130% is about the norm, so that's fine. So we have 177% at the start of term and a great chance of 7 key. Interesting. So he has a 70% chance to get 7 key, which could be really huge. You get an additional 77% when performing a super attack. By the looks of things, it's a 100% raise. That's a massively raised stats, 100%, which is pretty nuts. Launch an additional attack that has a 70% chance to become a super, that's which in turn massively raises. Great chance of evading enemy's attack for the first 7 turns, and then 50% chance to dodge from there afterwards. Okay, that's actually really good. Right, so additional 77% as to stats as the second or third attacker, and you get an additional 20% up to 77 with each attack evaded. Chance to crit, right? Okay, chance to crit 20% up to 77 with each super attack performed. Is he just not? Could this just not be the new unit? Like this with relevant stats? Is this just not it? Is this just not the pinnacle of awesomeness? Right, we have. So, if you could design a unit, it's this as a nutshell. You get 100, like a decent amount at the start of the turn. Yeah, okay, great chance of key plus seven's not the most ideal, but like your super attack massively raises. That's a 100% raise. You have a 70% chance to do that again. That's insane, right? You have a 70% chance to dodge, and then past 7 turns, 50% chance to dodge. Every dodge is giving you 7, which each dodge is giving you 20% to stats up to 77. That's absolutely insane. Each super attack is giving you 20% crit and 100% to stats. That, and then you get bonus. You get 77% more to stats as the second or third attacker. What the actual? What is? I'm not really sure what's going on with this unit, but it seems like this could just be the best unit ever created. I mean, it's going to have lower stats. That's just how it's going to be. But on a 200% lead, and he is going to fit on time limit. He's going to fit on um, Majin Buu Saga. He's going to fit on. Well, yeah. The new unit Goku is going to fit on him. He's not going to be on Otherworld Warriors, sure. He's not going to be on Resurrected Warriors, sure. But he's going to be on Majin Buu Saga and Time Limit. And presumably, well, no, he's not going to be on Kamehameha, no. But nonetheless, he could have a 200%. This is absolutely disgustingly good. It just is. Same warrior race and same lineage is really good. Over in the Flash would work well with the new Goku, and then the Innocence works with a lot of the other Gotenks. So it's not as if, and it does qualify as a hybrid Saiyan. Interesting. And it's not as if this unit is terrible. This unit really is good. I mean, you're gonna have presumably 7 to 8,000 defense, presumably 9 to 10,000 attack. But when you got 177%, additional 77, additional 77, and then you build up to 77, and then you double it, it doesn't really matter. The unit's going to be absolutely busted. So yeah, I can see a lot of potential on like youth, fusion, time limit. Not so special pose could be special pose. Not so much maybe with Majin Buu Saga, but you could, I mean, like with Fuse Fighter over in the Flash and Shocking Speed could actually work well with the Vegito LR coming out. So that could be pretty good. Honestly, this just seems like, honestly, if anyone could write a script for a contender of the best unit in the game, this is it. This is the bare minimum, and it's already pretty good. So it looks like, yeah, massively raised it. So, like, again, like, you look at his teams, like Special Pose, Heavenly Events, and Trusted Will. Earthbred, Gifted Warriors, Time Limit, Youth, Rapid Growth, Fusion. These are the ones that he could absolutely destroy on. Because he is part of Special Pose, he is going to work especially well when it comes to Cell Max, if you have that option. Cell Max, by the way, let's have a look. What is this guy's particular fancying? He is super physical, so be type neutral. Should you're on that. He's good. It looks like it's base. Looks like there is no Super Saiyan in there. But yeah. What else does this guy do? No, okay, so it is just massively raised. No, like stun, seal, lower attack, or anything like that. So off the bat, really good, actually. That's actually really good. We're going to check out the next one, which appears to be a Evil Boo, which is that's fine. Okay, pure Evil Boo. Let's have a look. It looks like he's Margin Power. Nice. He is underrepresented. We have an Easy A who is fairly good against Margin Boo characters, but rubbish elsewhere. Otherwise, he's a standalone. I'm liking the potential of this. So let's have a look. We have Margin Power is 3 key, 130%. Now, that's probably more useful than most people give it credit for because, again, outside of the LR leads, Margin Power is just this might just be the only thing you'll ever get. So we have quite a lot more going for him. 1 key, 40% stats. Okay? And chance of performing a crit and dodging plus 10% per Margin Power ally on the team. And if all allies are, get an additional super attack and guaranteed crits. Right. So you get 40% 1 key. Wait. 1 key, 40%, and chance of crit and chance of dodge, including... Right, so you only get 40%? I mean, it's your dodge and crit that goes up. Interesting. Launch an additional super attack, and all attacks become crits for Margin Power. Okay, great. You get an additional 60% on super attack, for which, by the way, looks like it massively raises attack. So he's going to become exponentially stronger. Okay. Right. Okay, fine. Plus an additional 60% attack if HP is 60% or more when attacking. Recovers 5% at the start of turn, okay. An additional 5 when you're under 80%. And an additional 10 under 40 from the start of your turn. Right, so you can... So you heal 15%, basically. You heal 15%, but you gotta be under 40%, otherwise it's just 5. Interesting. It looks like you survive KO attacks once a turn. So you could infinitely kind of go once a turn. When HP is 40% or more. Okay, so rather than like Boo, who can just survive a KO, you survive a KO when HP is 40% or more. You have a 50% chance of nullifying a Ki Blast. And you counter and recover HP with Sweet Treats. I presume his active skill is when you revive, turns the board into sweets, you get a full heal. I don't get this, because it's not as if he gets 40% per Margin Power ally on the team. It says it's 1 key, 40%, and a chance to hit, plus 10%, plus... Maybe it is. It might be worded a bit differently, but I imagine it's 1 key, 40% per Margin Power on the team. So in that case, what is it going to be? 6? So you get 200. So you could potentially get 6 key, 240%. Is that what we're working out as? Might be. Yeah, okay. So 6 key, 240%, but strictly on a margin power. And then if you do, guaranteed additional super attack, become crits, for which he massively raises attack. This is all a bit weird because, like, I'm looking at this. You get 60% to stats on super attack, fine. You get an additional bonus to attack, more health, and you also recover HP. It's only 5%. You recover a bit more at less than 80, and then a bit more at less than 40. So you get a smidge of heal. But then, of course, you can infinitely once a go get revived. But in order for you to survive a KO attack once a turn, you gotta be 40% or more HP. Now, if someone wants to take you out with 40% or more HP, you want to avoid that, and I don't think you'll be rocking this unit. Either this unit is going to be ridiculous, and so getting hit instant, like taking off like half your health, is just not going to be a thing, or you're just not going to run him in difficult content. That could just be one of the two ways. Let's have a look at what he seems to do. Yeah, okay, so it looks like it's just massively raise attack for the several turns, so that's fine. I mean, he's good offensively. He's going to be powerful. That's going to be good. Did he say he had guard on this? No, he doesn't have guard. It a key. I mean, key blast attacks getting nullified is on the more common side, so that alone is fine. Yeah, massively raises attack for 4 turns. So again, that is a 400% multiplier. Well, actually, it's a bit more than that. It's 100 on 100, and then you get 100 again. It's actually more like 2,000%. So I've got a bit distracted. Let me have a look at Gotenks. Did it say he had guard? He does not have guard. He has dodge. So this guy in particular, it's not as if he's got guard going for him for the fact that he can survive a KO attack. Or at least you should have guard with more than 40% HP then, because when you fall below it, you could probably get taken out. You recover HP with treats, I presume, when you revive, but there's no like mechanic, there's no active skill to say that you'll generate them, because Fat Boo generates the orbs. Well, the sweet treats, the cookies. So being able to do this, that could be something. And I think the whole premise around this guy is like, he could. I mean, offensively, he's going to be good. I think that's the idea. Like Gotenks is going to be more defensive because he's got his dodge. But then again, he can build up quite a lot because he has a guaranteed 177. Builds up 77%, builds up 77% with every super attack or dodge or something like that. So he's going to be pretty good. And he massively raises both attack and defense, rather than this guy just raises attack. I mean, it massively raises attack, sure, over 4 turns, but defensively, I mean, I think the idea behind them is the two together, you can kind of just have somebody absorb the blows and revive, etc., and get full heals with treats. I get the idea, but I don't feel like these are enough. The numbers aren't impressive. It's been a while since I've seen anything with this, because it's like per ally on the team, because that restricts him. Because we talk about his teams in terms of what he's on. So we're talking like Worldwide Chaos. You wouldn't run him. That's not a team you should run. Because if let's say you had all the units or everything, and you had the most optimized team, you'd rock LR Zamasu. You just would, or even the androids. They are not margin power. You rock sworn enemies, and it's Frieza and Goku and Frieza and Vegeta. You wouldn't pick Boo, and Kamehameha, you don't pick Boo. So if you slapped him on any one of these, I mean, even Majin Buu Saga, You don't choose Boo units on Majin Buu Saga because of the superclass power. You choose it for margin power or power absorption. So you're literally stuck with 2 teams and a push 3 with transformation boost. Literally. And by extension, I suppose you could also choose artificial life forms. But like Worldwide Chaos, Kamehameha, Sworn Enemies, and Majin Buu Saga is completely irrelevant. Going else on this. So he has infinite regeneration and a little bit of heal. Potentially, depending on his stats, you could end up getting, 240% of it could be. 6 key is really nice because he doesn't have key in his passive. No, I'm not seeing key in his passive. And he has 240%, but again, are we talking like 7,000 at 55%? Is that what we're talking? Like, the attack's got to be piss, defense and health got to be even more so. I don't know. I feel like after reading this guy, and I'm seeing high numbers, additional, 70% chance to super, 70% chance to dodge, builds up with every attack evaded and performed, massively raises, right? He's got a reasonable link set that fits well with all the new units. He's on a lot of good teams such as like Time Limit, Earthbred, Connected, Heavenly, Rapid Growth, like he special pose, needs them. And then you got stuff like this Boo, who is just, potentially he has a lot of. I feel like maybe I should have started with this guy and then gone to Gotenks because one of them. That is a little disappointing personally. Don't know. But yeah, okay. So how would you build this guy? Well, he has dodge and he has a little bit of crit. Am I right? Or is the crit just a figment of my imagination? No, okay. So he does build up. So honestly, with that, you could just go pure additional. And you would, because massively raise attack and defense, no matter what you do, is too hard to ignore. Super Physical, by the way, is really nice. Super Gogeta, the 8th anniversary units, Super Vegito, is going to work really nice. The physical support is also Majin Buu Saga. So again, super physical for Battlefield, looking really nice for Majin Buu Saga. If you had the units, could make a really nasty team. Could be a really good complement. What I've noticed as well is neither of these units, both the busted units here or the banner units, are supports. They're either dedicated offensive or defensive builds. Boo, how would you run him? Full dodge. I'm seeing no reason to do full dodge because he doesn't. He has his chance of dodging, and that's potentially 60%. So potentially you have dodge, but it's not as if additionals get you anywhere. You could crit, potentially could crit, but if you're going to set this guy up right, you got guaranteed crits. But that's the thing, isn't it? You set this guy up, additionals do nothing, guaranteed crits do nothing. So it's still full dodge, which he could potentially have 60% to dodge. Okay, so theoretically, the two don't stack, do they? So you got your 60% chance to dodge plus your full dodge, which could be like 20-odd%. So potentially you've got quite a lot of dodge going for you. So I suppose it's dodge, full additional. This guy would be dodge and additional and full dodge. That's just how it goes. But yeah. Real quick then, that's going to be the banner units. I split the video, otherwise I'll be doing this for 40 minutes. So I think Gotenks is great, and I think Boo is. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, let's leave it until the actual gameplay. They wouldn't intentionally release a bad unit at this time of this game's evolution. So it will just be down to how we use him, which looks like Majin Buu, margin power kind of deal. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, all the best to your summons, and you will guarantee to pull the new unit. But if you didn't like this video, well, that sucks to be you, and you're going to have terrible summons. So hey, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all next time. Thank you, and bye-bye.